what is up? So I got just before week one happens, we're gonna get my predictions in for each game. Say who's gonna win. Won't have a score just because that's just too complicated. I'm just gonna give my thoughts on the game and who I personally think is gonna win week one. And I mean week one in general, like anybody can win. It's a huge toss up. Like I don't know. You can see the worst teams. The Bears could win, and that could be nothing. They could lose the rest of their games because week one's just that fluky. You can't really take a lot from week one anyway, just because it's the first week and there's so much games to go. So it's kind of pointless, but yeah, we'll get to it. Colts are playing the Texans. Matt Ryan's first game was an Indianapolis Colt. Not a huge Matt Ryan fan, but I mean overall their team is better than the Texans. The Texans probably have one of the worst rosters in the league. Like they have a lot of depth at positions, but they're all just average players. They don't have any really stars. I mean you could say Laramie Tunsil, Brandon Cooks, but I mean that's kind of it. They don't have that top end talent to kind of pull out more of these wins, and especially a division rival. It is at home for the Texans, but I don't think that's really going to matter. I think Jonathan Taylor's going to run all over them. I think the Colts defense is going to shut down Davis Mills, so I just got to go for the Colts. But I don't know, I could see the Texans sneaking it out. You never know. And the Steelers are going to the Bengals. Again, I'm probably just going to go Bengals more, because first game for Mitchell Trubisky with the Steelers. I think the Steelers could be decent. It kind of just all depends on their quarterback play because, the rest of their roster is pretty decent. Maybe besides the offensive line is a bit weak and maybe the cornerback group. But, the rest of the team's good. And the Bengals did improve their offensive line, which will definitely help in a game like this against TJ Watt and Cameron Hayward, which are two beasts on that defensive line. So they will need that help. And, I just feel like Joe Burrow kind of having that, just being there for longer. And the whole team coming off the Super Bowl, they're going to want to start off well. So I'm going to go for the Bengals at home. And then the Ravens going to the Jets. Yeah, this is probably the easiest one, to be honest. The Jets are starting Joe Flacco. I don't see any shot that they win against Lamar and the Ravens. Ravens defense, of course, going up against Joe Flacco are going to absolutely wreck them. So definitely got to go for the Ravens there. And Patriots, Dolphins. In Miami, I could see this going either way. Patriots usually have the Dolphins. No, actually in Miami, the Patriots are not amazing there. But, I don't know, I'm just not as high on the Patriots. I think the Dolphins, if Tyreek Hill there, the cornerback group for the Patriots isn't the best. Whoever's covering, who will be covering him? Terrence Mitchell? No, probably not Terrence Mitchell. Jalen Mills. Oof, Jalen Mills is a slow corner. You don't want that. So, I just think the Dolphins is that firepower on the offense. Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins have a good defense that can definitely make things hard for, I almost said Davis Mills. Mac Jones. I think that's why I'm going to go for the Dolphins. And Raiders going to the Chargers. Yeah, this is going to be a really good game. Division matchup. This is actually a crucial game, especially for the division that they're in. If whoever does win this game, it's going to be actually pretty important. Of course, Devontae Adams going over to the Raiders. Chargers added a lot of good pieces. They won't have J.C. Jackson, though, which is a big loss because that would have been who was covering Devontae Adams. Because now it's going to be Asante Samuel, which could be a bit rough, although I think Asante Samuel is a good player, but was a rookie last year. This is very difficult to pass rush for the Raiders. Could definitely get after Justin Fields. Justin Fields, what? Justin Herbert, same name, Justin. Secondary is not the greatest for the Raiders. You don't really have home field in Los Angeles. I'm going to go for the Raiders. I just think their offense will do better against the Chargers' defense. Although, I just thought about it. The Raiders' offensive line is so bad. Yeah, I'm going for the Chargers. The Raiders' offensive line against Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. I'm sorry, that's going to absolutely destroy you. And the game that's going on tonight, the Bills versus the Rams in Los Angeles. Again, doesn't matter because, home field advantage is not a thing in Los Angeles. Of course, the Rams coming off the Super Bowl. The Bills, one of the favorites this year to go to the Super Bowl, probably So it's going to be a very good matchup. Josh Allen, all the playmakers. They don't have Tre'Davious White though. That is a big loss because I mean that would have been who's going against their number one receiver, and the receiving group for the Rams is very good. So I'm gonna go for the Rams. Just I don't know. It could just be mainly just because of Tre'Davious White. Because outside of Tre'Davious White, you got Kyrie Elam's who is a rookie, and Teron Johnson in the slot. Like, oof. I don't think that's gonna really bode well for them. And the interior of the Bills' offensive line isn't the greatest, and Aaron Donald rushing from there. I think it could be just a bad matchup for the Bills. Yeah, in the next game, the Jags versus the Commanders. Yeah, this is a very difficult one to predict. The Commies would probably be favorites, but I don't know. I just kind of prefer the Jaguars for this game. Trevor Lawrence with the new playmakers he got. I mean, I don't think Trayvon Walker is going to be a big impact because I'm just not a huge fan of Trayvon Walker, but whatever, decent player. And defense isn't bad for the Jags. I could definitely see them being a much improved team. I just don't like the Washington Commanders. I mean, their defense could be good, but they don't have Chase Young starting the year. Carson Wentz, not a fan of. The receiver group is good. I think the Jaguars could deal well with that. I think they'll be fine. So I think the Jags will pull it away. And yeah, and then this is going to be a good game. Baker Revenge Tour going against the Cleveland Browns, his former team. Easy Panthers W. Baker Mayfield going to go absolutely crazy. Jacoby Brissett. Because Jacoby Brissett, he's a backup quarterback. Like, outside of Jacoby Brissett, like, the whole roster is really good, which is why they made the move for Deshaun Watson, even though they shouldn't have. Kept Baker. But, yeah, the defense could give Baker some issues because their Browns defense is really good. But, I mean, so is the Panthers offense. It's not too shabby. Christian McCaffrey, coming back healthy, he can be a big threat if he stays healthy. And then receiver groups is good. DJ Moore, like, I think they'll be fine. So, yeah, Panthers, I'll take them. I'll believe in Baker. And then, damn, this is a good game. The Chiefs versus the Cardinals. Hell yeah. In Arizona, I don't think it's a big deal. I think Patrick Mahomes, even with his new playmakers, he'll have a field day against that Cardinals defense, which, to be honest, just isn't good. Especially that defensive line. Like, even J.J. Watt's not the same player that he was previously. Like, you can't really count him in that. And the secondary is not good, besides Budda Baker. Like, the quarterback group is not fun. I just think Juju and all the other playmakers they got, Sky Moore, I think they'll have a field day on the Cardinals defense. I just don't think Kyler Murray will be able to keep up. And, I mean, the Chiefs defense has also improved quite a lot. Could see some problems there for Kyler Murray. I think both offenses, probably a high-scoring game. Both offenses be scoring a lot of points, but the Chiefs just pull it out. So, yeah. And then the Giants versus the Titans. Yeah, in Tennessee, Derrick Henry coming back against that Giants defense. Probably going to go for the Titans. I think the Titans will get an easy dub here. I just don't think the Giants are going to be very good. Will they have Kayvon Thibodeau? I don't know. They might not have Kayvon Thibodeau. But either way, I still think the Titans would win. Yeah, it could be a close game. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants pull up a bit of an upset and beat the Titans. Like, I don't know, Daniel Jones could just be a new man and be an absolutely amazing quarterback. Guess we'll have to find out. Then we have Tuesday Night Football. Okay. Yeah, that's Tuesday. Yeah. Yeah, Russell Wilson going back to Seattle. And I think the Broncos are going to win. Although, definitely could see just, I don't know, there's something about coming back to Seattle with the 12s, week 1. Just could see somehow the Seahawks pulling it off, but the Seahawks have one of the worst rosters in the whole league, and Geno Smith is their quarterback compared to Russell Wilson, who has really good playmakers, and Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy. I just think they'll have a field day on that defense again, like bad defense for the Cardinals. Good running backs also for the Broncos, Javonte Williams, Melvin Gordon. They could have a nice game. And even the defense for Broncos is a pretty all-around good team. Patrick Surtain at corner. I mean, I think he's a stud. Could probably be one of the best corners in the league soon. Maybe even this year. And yeah, Justin Simmons, like, I think they'll be perfectly fine dealing with the Seahawks. But could be a closer game than you expect. But I just think the offensive firepower and the star and talent that the Broncos have is just better than the Seahawks. And the 49ers going to Chicago. Chicago, I'm sorry, your team is bad, like very bad, especially the offensive line, probably the worst offensive line in the league, and you've got Nick Bosa and Arik Armstead coming after you. So, yeah, I'm going to pick the 49ers and Trey Lance's first game. I'm very excited to see what he can do. I mean, the Bears' defense is definitely better than the offense. Yeah, definitely. But, yeah, they do have some good players on the Bears' defense, but I think they'll still be fine. Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle. I think they'll be perfectly fine. And run over all this defense. Like, they'll probably run the ball a ton. Play action. I just think they'll also just get outcoached, to be honest. That's why the 49ers are going to win that. And the Eagles versus the Lions. Ooh. This is going to be a hard one to predict. Eagles, much improved team. A.J. Brown, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Oh, that hurts as a Saints fan. Damn. It all kind of depends on Jalen Hurts. Like, Jalen Hurts, I think he does have the potential. He's already a really good scrambler quarterback. It's really good athleticism. It's just kind of accuracy. It's a main issue for Jalen Hurts. Forgot his name for a sec. But, yeah, I don't know. I like the Lions in this one. I quite like the Lions team, to be honest. I don't think they're going to be in contention for anything. Like, I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but I think they'll definitely improve on the record from last year, like maybe 7 games. Then that's a possibility for them. Because, I mean, they're building a really good foundation. Defense is okay. I think their offense, though, is the main thing that, I just think will be better in this matchup. But I don't know, the Eagles are also a really good team. I just have a feeling with the Lions winning. I don't know. Week 1, at home, Dan Campbell. I don't know, I could just see it happening. And then the easiest game to predict, Saints are going to destroy the Atlanta Falcons. No bias in this. It's at home in Atlanta, but Atlanta home field advantage. You see that stadium, man. They can't sell it out to save their lives. It's horrible. And, I mean, the Saints just own the Falcons. It's fine. Like, I don't have anything to worry about. I'm just going to be sitting back, chilling, watching this game. Easy Saints dub. And if they do lose, one, I'm going to look like an idiot, and I'm not going to be a Saints fan anymore. Just be such a shame. And then we have the Packers versus the Vikings. This was the same one as last year. I swear they started off the season against each other. Guess they're doing it again, and this time it's in Minnesota. I swear it was in Minnesota also last year. Okay. No, they didn't start off. What am I saying? The Packers got crushed by the Saints in week 1 last year. Remember that? Jameis Winston, 5 touchdowns. That was pretty remarkable. But yeah, I'm just going to go for the Packers. Aaron Rodgers, week 1. Even without his playmakers, I think they're going to get it done. And I think the Packers defense, Jared Alexander coming back, and the edge rushers they got, much improved defense. The safety group is amazing. Like, Packers defense could be top 5 in the league, definitely. And I think that's enough to deal with this Vikings offense. And then, like, the Vikings defense isn't anything special, really. David Bakhtiari coming back on the Packers also will help them. So, yeah, I think I just have a feeling Packers win that. And for the last game, Monday Night Football, yeah, these two played each other week 1 last year. It was the first game of the year. And it's in Dallas this time. I don't think Dallas is that good of a team, to be honest. A lot of injuries on their team. Tyron Smith out for the year. They did sign Jason Peters, but Jason Peters is 40 years old and can't really move anymore. Yeah, the receiver position, they've had some injuries. Michael Gallup's not going to be back yet. James Washington got injured, so you're relying on CeeDee Lamb and rookie Jalen Tolbert, and maybe like Semi Fehoko. Like, I don't know about that, man. Especially against this Bucks defense, which has a really good secondary and pass rush and linebackers. Like, their defense is very good. Definitely top 5 defense. So, yeah, and then Tom Brady, like, I think Tom Brady will be fine. The weapons they have absolutely destroy Trayvon Diggs. Like, easy dub for the Bucks, I think. Okay, so don't be hating on me. It's just my predictions. Don't be all, no, my team's going to win, because then the other fans are going to say, no, my team's going to win. Everybody has their reasons why their team's going to win. but it's not going to happen. Not everybody can win each week. So, I mean, just hope you enjoyed, kind of see my point of view for these games. And yeah, that's kind of really it. So I'll see y'all next time, and peace out.